Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this tutorial, I will be talking to you guys about how to section your client's hair in boxes. If you were to be doing box braids, how to make sure that your client don't have too much braid on their head. If you guys want to see how I section the hair, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, let me know what you think. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I will get to it. So let's get started. Okay, so I have sectioned the hair into 4 different sections, and I'm going to show you guys different parts, the regular way of parting, and then if you wanted to do it in boxes or whatever shape that you can part the hair in. Basically, I'm just going to show you guys how to part the hair so that you don't have, so that your client don't have too much hair on their head. You don't want the braids to be heavy on your client's hair. It defeats the whole purpose of having in the braids. I mean, you want the client to be able to play with their braids, do different updos and stuff. If there's too much hair on the client's head, they're not going to be able to do all that. So you always want to make sure that you have just enough braids on the client's head. So I'm going to show you guys how to part. So you need a comb like this. As you guys can see, I broke 2 of the little comb thingies on there. I did that because I noticed that in one of my videos somebody had commented saying that the comb was ghetto. The reason why I do this is so that it's easy, 1, for me to part the client's head, and 2, so that it's not painful for the client when I'm parting the hair and their hair gets stuck in. Yeah, so it's easier that way and safer that way also for the client. So as you guys know, I like to section my, I like to make as many sections as I possibly can before I braid. It's easier for me that way, and I don't have to keep going back in with the comb, and I feel like it's also faster. So let's say this is the whole hair, the client's hair. This is their whole hair. You want around her hair to be small so that when she does put it up, it's full. It looks full, and she doesn't have spaces in, unless she wants her parts to be seen or whatever the case may be. You part it small. Now when I say small, I'm not talking about salon small. In the shops, or not even in the shops, I do know people who braid like this. They literally take a piece of hair like this, just like this, and braid it just to make around it full. It's not safe. The chances of that hair not being there when you take the braids out, it's very, very high. When I say small, I mean like just enough for the hair to be full, but not too small, or not small for her hair to fall out. So let's say we were doing medium-sized braids, I guess. So I'm gonna part, and we're doing it in boxes. I'm going to section this, and I'm going to section this into 2. I'm going to section it into 2. So this will be 2 braids right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my little clips. I got these from my local beauty supply stores, and I'm going to hold it with it. Now the key to making your braids also look full is that you want to make sure that your braids are falling in between. You don't want your braids. So I'm going to make another section. Keep in mind we're doing boxes, so you want to make sure it's literally the lines are straight and neat looking. But this is a mannequin, so because I want my braids to be full and I don't want lines, in between the hair. Like if I was to part this into 2, you see that straight line going down once the braid, is done. That's not cute. For me, I don't think that's cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a part right here. Kind of right on top of this braid, so that this braid, I don't know if you guys can see that. But basically I'm going to make a part right here. So this braid is going to fall on top of this braid, like so. And then I'm going to make another part right here. So then this braid will fall on top of this braid, while this braid will fall in the middle right there. So you don't see that line anymore. See, so this is the two braids. So this braid will fall on top of this braid. This braid will fall in the middle, right there between that braid. So that line is no longer there. And this braid is going to fall right there. It could be on top, on the side, however. So let's say we're making our parts, and again, we're trying to make it where our client don't have too much hair on their head. We're trying to make it where her hair is not too full. She doesn't have, you know, a lot of hair on there to the point that she can't even hold her braids up. So as you keep going, as you get to the middle, right here, let's say this is our middle. So let's say this is the middle of our client's head. What we're going to do is we're going to section this, of course, into two. We can't do a big braid. This is going to be too big to do like one section. So we're going to section it into two. So I'm going to take this, and instead of making three, instead of making three sections, which you can do, I'm going to make it two sections. I'm going to make it into two sections, and this braid, this section right here, and then this section right there. So this section is going to fall in the middle right here, so that line is not seen no more. And then this section is going to fall right in between this one, so that that line is also not seen no more. So the next one, I'm going to go ahead and make three sections. Again, we're trying to fill in the gaps. We don't want the gaps to be showing. So for this one, we're going to do three sections, because we did do two at the bottom. This is going to fall on top of this braid. This is going to fall. I know I'm using my hands to part. Don't mind me. Again, it is a mannequin, so this is going to fall in the middle so that that part is not showing any longer. And then this one, is going to fall on top of this one, or on the side. So as you guys can see, we are filling in the gaps. We are filling in the braid. It's going to look full. It's going to look appropriate. You're not going to have lines going down just because it's box braids. And I know people who braid like this. Hey, if it floats your boat, go ahead. But personally, I don't like that way of doing braids. I feel like it needs to look filled in, and it needs to look full. So, and then let's say if this was the front, we'll go back to doing it as small as we did the bottom here, so that the front also look full. You don't need to do them really tiny to make it look, you don't need to do none of that. That's the whole purpose of me wanting braids, is because I want my hair to grow, and I want my hair to look healthy, and all that. So if you're taking this much hair, to do one braid, and my braid is a really thick braid like what I have in my hair right now. See if I can show. Okay, if the braids I'm getting is this thick, and you are using this for one braid, like what are you trying to do? The heavier the braid, the more tension it puts on your hair. So if I'm doing big braids, I want my parts to be big, so that basically the braid is not putting tension on my hair or pulling my hair. So like I said, because this is the middle and it's done big, we do the front just like we'll do the back right here, so that it can fall on top and look full. I'm not going to braid it. This is just to demonstrate and show you guys, parting and how this. So this is like parting in boxes. I was gonna do all the video in one, but I feel like it's gonna be too long, so I'm gonna upload another video another time showing you guys how to do a different part or for like smaller braids. So let's go over this again. The braids we're getting right now is medium-sized braids. We want the front and the back to look full so that when your client put the braids up, it looks nice and neat and not, you know, dookie braids looking, unless that's how they want it. So we're gonna do a little bit of like small sections in the back like this. And then what you do is, because you want the hair to be, you know, filled and falling in between, you do 3 sections, or of course you'll be doing the whole head. So you do the sections in a way that they fall in between. You don't want them to fall on top and then it's like a line right there. So you wouldn't do 2 sections here or however many sections there. You wouldn't want your braids falling on top and having those lines in the middle. So what you do is, I did 3 here. This one will fall on top of this braid. This one will fall in the middle where that line was, and then this one will fall in the other on the other braid. Then if this is the middle, like I said, because we don't want too much hair on our client's head, because we want our clients to have fun with their braids, we're going to do it where she doesn't have so much hair or so much braids on her head. So we're going to do 2 parts right here. They are big, but that's how you want it. And this one is going to fall on top of this one, while the second one is going to fall in the middle right. I'm sorry, this one is going to fall in the middle right here, while this one is going to fall in the other side right there. So again, we're filling in those parts. And then for the next one, we're going to do 3, where this one will fall right there, this one will fall in the middle, and then this one will fall right there. And then for the front, you're going to do it just like you did the back. There you go. So we're going to section it. We're going to do 4 parts. So this is one of the sections. Let me bring it down so you guys can see. There you go. So this is one of the sections right here. This would be considered as 1. And then we're going to do the second section. Now again, remember, we want this one to fall in the middle. Well, not in the middle, but in between the line, to fill in that gap right there. Right there. So this braid is going to be right here. It's going to fall right there. So this is the second one. And then this can be our 4th one. I parted it with my hand. It's okay. This is going to be the 4th one, the 3rd one, I'm sorry. And that's going to fall right there. So this is going to fall right there. Guess you can add a little bit. So this is the 3rd one, and the 3rd one is going to fall right there once it's braided. And then this is the last one, and that can fall on the side right there. Okay, so this is my 3rd time explaining it. I just want to make sure everybody got it and, you know, we're all on the same page. So this is the part, and we sectioned it into 2. Because we want the back to be full. The back is, you know, a little bit small so that the back can be full when our client put it up. The next row, we're also going to do that into 3. We're going to section the next row into 3, and we want to fill in our braids. So when we section it into 3, we want to make sure this one falls here. This one falls in the middle where that line was to fill it up, and then this one will fall to the other side. Now, because we don't want our clients to have too much braids on the head, we want the parts in the middle to be a little bit big. We're going to section that into 2. We're going to section the middle, this one, into 2. And this one is going to fall in this part right there, the part that we had right there. And then this one is going to fall in the part that we had right here. Our next row is going to be sectioned into 3. That will fall right here. Well, this one falls in the middle right there, and then this one will fall on the side. And then for the front, let's say this is the front of our client's head. We're going to have this one fall right here. We section this into 4. So this one will fall right here. This section will fall in the middle right there where that line was. And then this one will fall right here where that line was, and then this one can fall on the side. So let's say we're doing the whole head. some people like for their braids to fall on the side of their faces, so instead of doing the parts backwards, it'll, you know, be the same for the front. I mean, for this side, it'll be the same way, but the braids will be falling over there on that side. And you will want to do them like you did, you know, this part, so that it's full on that side. In the middle, this is considered the middle of your client's head. So those big parts that I was talking about will go right there. You do the big ones and then another big one, but you want to make sure that those parts are falling in between the lines until you get here, and then you rotate back to doing it the way you did in the back. So that's it for this tutorial. I will do another tutorial talking about a different part. If you guys want me to do a tutorial on another certain, you know, way of parting, just let me know and I can do that. If you have any questions, concerns, comment, whatever, just leave that in the comment section below and I will get to it. Please, the negativity is not going to let me or get me to answer your question. If you have any questions, just kindly just leave it in the comment section below, and if I get to it, I promise you I will, you know, just say, hey Maddie, I didn't get this, I didn't understand that, can you please do this, can you please do that, and I will get to that. Being negative on my videos is not going to get you the answers that you're looking for, and is not going to help you learn anything. So I just wanted to put that out there. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, let me know what you think. Don't forget to follow the IG page. I will leave that in the description box also below, so you guys can do that. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.